Ladies and gentlemen, today's the day. The van is finished. Ish. Over the past few videos, we have sold our beloved Mitsubishi Delica. We have purchased ourselves a brand new MAN TGE 4x4 vehicle. We have modified the outside of the vehicle with various accessories, and we have done about half of the internal campervan conversion. Well, today is the final half. Now, the first job in this video might seem a bit of a dull one, a bit boring, but there is a very awkward spot above the sliding door that I just, for the life of me, couldn't figure out what to do and how to deal with it. Well, the answer comes in the form of a drain pipe. I've had to shut the door because it started chucking it down, and for the trim piece above the door, well, I need the door open to fix it into place. Oh, it's dripping in. Oh, it's so nice. And look, over here, I mean, you can still see the cable trunking, which I think is fine. That's not a problem, but it just all marries up so nicely. Two panels, a lovely shape to it, nice and soft. I am very, very proud of this. Now, that was a very awkward job, but it pales in comparison to how awkward and difficult this next job is. Carpeting the sliding door. Never again. One bump stop. Door bump stops. So I don't have too much of a plan with this one. Hold the carpet up to the door, roughly cut it to a size with obviously some overlap, and then start spraying and praying and trimming and hopefully winning. Stuck it on back to front. I'll admit it. I think this was a mistake. This job is going horribly. I've been at it now for 3 hours, I think. It just looks like a disaster. It looks like a 3-year-old's done it. Like, oh my God. How do people do this? I don't know, I'm kind of hoping that when I've cleaned off all the overspray glue and panelled, it's a mess. To be fair, this is going to be panelled, this will be panelled with a window, this is panelled, and this is panelled. And when the door's closed, it looks okay. Just don't look at this bit here. That's going to be hidden by the cupboards. Like, for all of this build so far, I'd be happy for anybody to inspect it with a fine-tooth comb and a magnifying glass. It's all good, apart from this sliding door carpet job. So the plan for most of the woodwork in the van is, this is a cupboard door. We're going to laminate one side, that's the side that's going to be on show. Everything else that's for the most part going to be hidden, as in the edges and the back, well, that is just going to be stained. Okay, I've done 2 coats and it looks absolutely terrible. The edges look alright though, I don't mind the edges. This is my laminate. It's really expensive stuff and difficult to get hold of, actually. Now I'm hoping it's going to cut with scissors. Yeah, I'm not sure scissors are the way to go. That is one cupboard door. Pleased with that. This is my kitchen worktop, and aside from the battery and the water, I would say is the heaviest thing in the van. This is 18mm birch ply for a reason, and that reason is that it has a lovely edge on it and it's very stable, perfect for a large kitchen worktop, and it's one of 2 as well. My kitchen's going to be L-shaped. now that my kitchen worktop has been sanded, it needs to be sealed. Now one side is going to be sealed with the laminate. The edges are going to be sealed with some boiled linseed oil. And the bottom side that no one's going to see, I'm going to seal it with some floor varnish. And that is to prevent, over time, the work surface turning into a banana. That is one very dead battery. Oh yeah! It's now time to assemble my bed, which is one sheet of poplar plywood ripped into strips, which are then sanded and attached to my bed frame. I have to say, one of the most tedious jobs I've ever done in my entire life. When these pieces are attached to the bed frame, they are interlocked in such a way that it allows for the sliding of the bed. We have a bed! I don't know if it's going to work or not. Like, this could be a disaster, but it looks good. And it looks like it should pull out smoothly into a super-sized double. Let's have a look. Does it work? Yes, it works. So let's move on to some soldering of some LED lights. These things are actually going to transform the feeling of the van. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have cab lights. I give you cab light 1 and cab light 2. These cab lights are great for illuminating what usually is quite a dark area of the van. But also, when I'm driving, occasionally I like to do a bit of a piece to camera, and quite often it's dark, so I can throw, well, not that one. that's too bright. That's for camping only. But I can throw on the passenger light, which doesn't give me any glare, so it's still safe to drive, but just gives me a nice little bit of side lighting, making the videos much better. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a large window. Only one, mind you, still waiting for one more, plus 2 sets of blinds. They're supposed to be here, like, in the next 3 to 5 days, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure that in this van build series, we're going to see the final window be installed. But, you know, we'll keep our fingers crossed. But for now, at least we can put this one in. Okay, that little video sequence implies that I didn't use any silicone in these windows. I did, I just didn't film it. That's poor editing on my part. It's now time to install a diesel heater. Now, I have a bit of history with diesel heaters. I have fitted my own, thank you very much, in the past, Chinese one. Yeah, it didn't go too well. It wasn't a very good fit. We got carbon monoxide leakage into the van, some severe issues and carbon monoxide alarms going off and whatnot. And whilst I did fix that issue and then it was fine going forward, basically I lost all confidence. So this time around, on that van, I didn't want a cheap Chinese heater. I wanted a quality product. More than that, I wanted it professionally installed. So I took my van to Autoterm HQ for one 4 kilowatt diesel heater and one engine block heater for those really cold days. Now I am working with Autoterm, which means I got all of this for free, which is brilliant because not only do I have peace of mind and an incredible heating system, but it didn't cost me anything, which is fantastic. They also gave me a discount code, so if you use Heaton5, you will get 5% off your diesel heater order, should you be in the market for such a thing, which I do highly recommend. Now, the engine block heater is something I was unsure of. However, it's one of those items that once you have it, there's no going back. I'll explain more in a moment. I opted for the diesel heater to be placed underneath the driver's seat, which it just about fit, and for my ducting to go off in 2 different directions. One into the main habitation area, and for the second heat source to go through into the garage, keeping under the bed beautifully warm. having the heater in is such a huge step in this van build. I'm so pleased, and to not have to tackle it by myself is just a weight off my mind because, well, history has proven that I'm not very good at installing diesel heaters. And as I've mentioned many times, I want this van to be as professional as possible. I think it was definitely the right choice putting the heater under the seat. It just about fits, but there's so many things to think about which I wasn't aware of, like the ducting coming off the heater has to have a certain amount of straight linedness before you bend it so that that hot air doesn't blow back into the heater and cause an overheating error. Now, I am coming from a very cheap Chinese diesel heater, so for me this is luxury. I've got my my controller, which is just here. I asked for it to be placed in this area because this is where like my control panel's going to be. But yeah, this thing is beautiful. We're obviously not going to go through the whole menu system, but you can set timers, you can set temperature sensors on the thermostat, and it's just a pleasure to use. So I'm going to fire up the heater now. Oh no, I've just turned it off. Hang on, still, I need to read the manual. Right, turning on the controller, starting. There we go, the heater is now firing up so we can continue working in the van with some lovely warm air. So I opted for the 4 kilowatt heater. Probably overkill for this van because I've insulated this van to death. So I can't imagine that I'm ever going to need it on full whack unless we get somewhere really cold. But a diesel heater for the cab was not the only thing I had installed, as I showed you before. I got myself an engine preheater. Now the controller for the preheater, I requested that they put in the glove box because I've got my very nice aux beam control panel up here, and I didn't, you know, there was nowhere else for it basically, and I don't think you need it on display. It's something that you turn on and off, and that's it. It's not, you don't need to constantly monitor and control it. Oh, diesel heater's kicking in now. You can probably hear the fan of the heater in the background. That's just as it fires up. Once it comes up to temperature, it'll just go nicely and you can barely hear it. But yeah, the engine preheater, like, so basically it gets your engine up to operating temperature before you actually start the vehicle. This means as soon as you start the vehicle, instant hot air out of the fans, your engine and all of your oil is up to temperature, so you're not doing a cold start, so the longevity of the engine of the vehicle, well, it's going to be extended massively. It's going to be really, really good for the vehicle. And you don't need, you know, it's not something that you just use in extreme cold temperatures. Like, you can set a timer so that if you know you're going to be leaving the house or leaving your park up at, I don't know, 8 AM, you can set a timer so that it comes on at 7 AM, for example, and you can choose any day of the week for as often as you like, so that, like clockwork, your engine is nice and warm when you get in the van. Good for you, good for the engine.
Right, it is time to finish the furniture.
There we go, one rudimentary box built, and this is going to be a pull-out drawer. Now, on my list of 5 van priorities or 5 van commandments, I stated clearly that this build was to be not DIY. Well, I think I failed on these drawers because, oh, these are a bit slapdash. It will look nice, just don't look too closely. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the fridge door. Sorry, fridge drawer. This is the frame for my sofa, my main seating area in the van. This is my mattress slash bench seat from my previous van, but it's too long. So I'm gonna cut it and then recycle the foam and get it reupholstered. This is another cushion from a previous van, and I kind of want this to be, can you even see that? I don't know, there, like an end piece. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. I don't know how women give birth. Oh dear, I'm in so much trouble. Right, so anyone who's built a camper van before, you'll know that it just takes over, your life takes over, occupies every single space. I mean, look, that is the mess behind me. That's just upholstery and fabric. There's wood everywhere. It's chaos. Right? So my wife, she's not too happy with me. You know, she's saying, when's it going to be finished? There's stuff everywhere. And there is stuff everywhere. It's crazy. Well, I've just about to cut the foam and got a delivery. Not camper van stuff. These are my calendars. It's good actually. It just means that I've got like 1,000 more things to do now. Build a camper van and see all my calendars, the ones that have been pre-ordered. They are signed by me, obviously. So I've got to sign lots and lots of these calendars. However, I've nowhere near sold enough pre-orders to shift all of the calendars. You can probably see where this is going. We are building a van in these videos, but I'm a landscape photographer. That's why I had the van for my landscape photography. It facilitates all of my wonderful adventures. So, if you're interested in helping support the channel, I have a landscape photography calendar available. Ignore the colours, we've got super warm light bulbs on at the minute. It's a panoramic calendar, so yeah. Available in the description below. Help support the channel, help support the massively over budget van build, and pick up a calendar for the 2026 year ahead. I bought myself a foam cutter. It's basically a hot wire. No idea if this is going to be any good or not. I'm hoping it'll go through like butter. That did absolutely nothing. Bread knife. So it's jobs like these that I really look forward to when building the van. So this might be one of the things I'm most proud of in the van. Although I say that about a lot of things, don't I? I don't know, this is really exciting. Not my idea, ripped off completely from a company called Project Yonder who make like mega adventure vans. I was watching some of their videos and thought, I'll have a bit of that. So I've got myself a torch, right? It's a really good torch. It's really bright. It's got loads of different features. But what I really like about this torch is it also has what you call like a, I don't know, a lamp mode. So you could have this on a camping table and it's a nice ambient glow. It's also magnetic. I don't know if I can, yeah, see it's magnetic. So you can have that outside the van camping. It's a cool little torch basically. But what's great about this torch is it's magnetic. It's also got mag charging. So what I've done, 3D printed a bracket. Inside of this bracket is a magnetic USB charger all wired in. And then we push this in. Magnets into place and is always on charge. So you're never going to run out of battery. And then when you're going out the van for a, you know, investigate a noise or have a wee or get your camera gear ready for some astrophotography and you need a bit of ambient, you know, bit of light, just get that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. This is one of the most important panels in the van. This is going to be my control center. Light switches, displays, plug sockets, all in this one. So this is one of the moments that I've been looking forward to the most ever since picking up this van. It's this moment of the whole build that has excited me. And it's laying out the instrument panel, not really an instrument panel, but you know, the board where you've got your switches and your sockets and your USB and your temperature sensor, all of that stuff, all the fun stuff. Because that means we are getting there. That means we are almost done with the build. So that's what I'm doing now, laying it all out. So I treated myself. Got myself a ScanStrut high-speed USB socket. Again, much like I don't know if you saw the video where I built the outside of the van, but the ScanStrut cable gland was very expensive, as was this, about 50 quid. But this is now to it. It's just a USB socket, but it's a high-speed one, high-power one. So I'll be able to run my MacBook off this, which means no plugging it into 240 volt, no big brick. We can just plug USB-C straight into here and get, I think it's 36 watts on 12 volt. That should charge my laptop, I think. I hope. I thought it was 60 watts, but it's only 60 watts on 24 volt. Oh well, still a lot of power. I don't mind it. I think it looks all right. Yeah, it's a little bit busy, but you know, I don't mind that utilitarian look. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll live with it. We can always change it. The final window is finally here. I didn't really film installing it, but I'm sure you get the gist. Now, throughout this whole van build series, you may have noticed we have not tackled the rear of the van, other than this lovely headboard here. Now, during the process of planning this van build, there's a lot of decisions to make, 1,001 directions you can take, but there was one thing in my mind for certain that was going in this van, regardless of a collaboration with the manufacturer. Didn't matter. Whatever happened, I was getting these things in the van, and that is Vandermoon. Now, I knew about Vandermoon before I'd even bought this vehicle. They make what can be described as really lightweight, high quality, soft touch furnishings for your van. They make this product, which is going to go on the back doors, opening up a ton of storage space, as you will see in a minute. They also make overhead lockers and cabinets that we'll get onto later on in the video. Now, I was going to buy all this stuff, but as I've mentioned in my previous videos, all of the manufacturers I pretty much was a bit cheeky and sent an email to and said, hey, do you want to work together, blah, blah, blah. Well, Vandermoon was one of those companies who got back to me and said, yes, we would love to work with you. So thank you guys. They sent me all of this stuff. They also offered you guys a discount code, which you can see on screen here, and I get a bit of commission from that as well. So it's a win-win, and I got free stuff, but it doesn't matter. I was gonna buy it all anyway, 100%. There was nothing else that would have gone in my van, and you will see why. This sounds like a promotional piece for Vandermoon. It's not. It's genuine excitement, and I think these are the coolest things to hit the van market since rock and roll beds in the 70s. Oh boy, we've just had our first mishap on the van build. I was just drilling a hole here to put on my Vandermoon back door organizers, and I've gone right through this cable. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Vandermoon back door organizers. What an incredible use of space. Now, one thing I would say is ignore these big silver bolts with washers on. We'll be swapping those out. We've got these lovely black furniture bolts down here. I have more of those on order. They'll be coming soon, but I ran out. So there is a reason that since day one, when I had the idea of swapping Delica for something bigger, that I wanted Vandermoon. These things are incredible. Build quality, absolutely second to none. The fitment on the rear doors is perfect, absolutely perfect. And the utility of them, like so many big, usable storage pockets, which is perfect for what I do, especially out in the winter. You can keep all manner of accessories in here, you know, woolly hats, waterproofs, gloves, repair gear, spare camera gear, bits and pieces. Like, yeah, I'm absolutely blown away. Not only do they look cool, they're lightweight, and they have utility. So that is 3 out of the 5 priorities well and truly met. And good news, the cable which I ripped through with my drill bit, well, it looks to me like that is just the number plate lights. That's like the best thing it possibly could have been. So that is going to be an easy fix, as well as replacing the silver bolts with nice black furniture bolts, which are due in the next couple of days. But that, I think, is rear doors done. Oh yes, we made some decking for the roof of the van. Now the reason I got this decking is so that on a hot summer's day I can come up here, sunbathe, maybe set up a hammock, sit up here and enjoy those beautiful sunsets. Yeah, I honestly couldn't think anything worse. I am far too self-conscious to be one of those people who sits on the roof of their van unless you do it either literally in the middle of nowhere or, I don't know, well that's it really. It's not for me, I'm too reserved. But this decking does serve a purpose, and that is to give me access to the roof for cleaning the solar panels, for perhaps removing accessories that may well go up here, or perhaps for running new cables through the cable entry gland down there. It's generally speaking a very handy thing to have, and is so much better than just walking around on the roof, because ultimately you knacker the roof. Now this decking is made out of 2 aluminium rails that run across my roof rack, and then I've used aluminium decking board to do the slats there, and I've left about a 12mm gap between each decking board so that if I want to I can strap accessories to this as well, so it's multifunctional. Oh, so I have been dying to try this for ages. This, well, it's a table, but it's more than that. It's a tire table. That is a thing of beauty. There's a chap called Aidan. He has a YouTube channel and he makes these tables. So he kindly sent me one. Thank you, Aidan. I genuinely appreciate it because I don't really have an outdoor table at the moment. And this thing is so well made. Like, I have massive respect for any creator out there who manufactures and sells their own product. I think it's a very difficult thing to do. I think it's a brave thing to do. But honestly, it looks like Aidan's absolutely smashed it, because this thing, it might be one of the coolest things on the van. Although I have said that about every accessory bolted onto that van as they go along, so take it with a pinch of salt. But it's very, very nice, just lovely. Now, I'll always encourage people to support fellow creators, so if you fancy yourself a beautifully crafted tire tabletop, well, I will leave a link in the description below.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that marks the end of the exterior styling of the vehicle. We have 1 roof rack, a decking area, a solar panel, a Max Air Max fan, 4 windows, 1 rear tyre ladder carrier, and some beautiful laser lamps. But I'm sure there will be more accessories to add in the future. Now, we may be done with the outside, but there is plenty to do on the inside. This window panel with its wired-in accessories signifies that we are getting so close to the end of this project.
Right, I'm going to fix the final panel to the sliding door, then I'm going to go to bed, then tomorrow I am finishing this van. Well, minus this blind here, which, I don't know, hopefully will come soon enough. Here we go, if this better work. This is just Velcro. Come on. Oh, there you go. Easiest job in the van so far. Right, time for bed.
needed a good night's sleep because today is the day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the sprint finish to the end of the van build, kind of.
Feeling a bit chilly in the van, so let's turn the heating on and realise I've completely forgotten to put in the auto-turn diesel heater controller, so no wonder the panel was looking unfinished. Probably not my finest decision on the van. I'll order some black ones. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to take a toilet break, grab a cup of tea or even a beer, do it now, because you are about to see a transformation as all of the work comes together to complete this van build. Kind of. Oh, the first mattress. The second mattress. We have the cushions from my old van, reupholstered. So when I painted this Max fan surround, I actually installed some magnets in it, and I purchased this off Amazon for when I'm not using the fan. There we go, one insulated cover seamlessly in place. But what about privacy, I hear you ask? Insulated window blinds from Voyager Vans. Not a sponsored piece, but really good quality, magnetic, thermally insulated, and they look great. So the aux beam switch panel comes with an app. I really dislike the green, which is the default when you start it up. So, oh yes, now it's red. But don't worry, because when you have this on at night time, when you're camping and sleeping, or even when you're driving, where you can just knock off the lights so that they're not glaring in your face. And no switch panel would be complete without a set of stickers. Whether or not any of these correspond to my accessories, we will find out. Let's have a look. Okay, we have a sticker for backup. That'll be my reverse lights, number 6. Number 5 is my yellow bonnet lights. Amber, oh, get in. Do we have 2 stickers for cab lights? There's a sticker for a fish box. We've got arrows that we'll have to do, so. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh well. Number 4 is the left, and number 3 is the right. So it should be the other way around, but I can't be bothered changing it. So maybe this will drive some people crazy. I don't know. There we go, left and right. Okay, so aux beam do not have a sticker for internet, Wi-Fi, or in my case Starlink. The closest I can find is GPS. So we're going to put a GPS sticker on, but really it's Starlink. And then accessory number 1 is just blank because that is unused. So I am saving the very best until the last. I was excited before when I installed my Vandermoon rear door organisers. That is nothing compared to what is about to go in this van. This is a real test of upper body strength and fine motor skills. Go on, just screwing on a couple of thumb nuts and washers. Oh yeah, oh nothing's there, go on.
So we have just installed 5 Vandermoon moon boxes. Now I don't know how much time I could dedicate to these things. Like, honestly, they are so good. For starters, they don't weigh anything. They're super, super lightweight. It's somewhere, depending on the size, 3 to 5 kilos each, even less with the smaller ones over here. These soft touch ones are gorgeous. They are so well made. I went for the brown color. These are called the Moonbox TGE. Moonbox TGE, that's what they're called. So they're reasonably low profile. They're not too big and bulky. The zips are very high quality. There's tons of space inside. It's a 5-minute install, 2 minutes if you've got 2 people, just 4 wing nuts on your L-track, job done. Or you can go straight into your roof, depends on your setup, but I went for L-track. We've got nice mesh zips on the inside, mesh pockets. And then we've got these pockets on the front. Metal loops so you can hang accessories off them. And then beneath we have mesh pockets as well. So there's just absolutely ample storage in these things. This one above the seating area, I went for the 113 centimeter. The one above the bed, I believe, is 95 centimeters. The great thing about them being soft touch is not only do they look great, I think so anyway, warm and cozy, but if you bash your head off them, which inevitably is gonna happen, it's not gonna hurt, it's fine. These ones above the kitchen, these are called Moonbox IO, and they're essentially the same as the Moonbox TGE, but they're solid aluminium with a wooden door front. That's, I believe, bamboo. The latches as well. The latches are just incredible. Look at that. Like solid, absolute quality. So these come in a variety of colors. I went for this nice kind of desert storm, desert sand look. And you can also get them in different styles. I've gone for the style with the mole and the under unit lighting. Like so, you get a red light and a white light. Particularly like the red light. It's nice and stealthy of an evening if you want to put a light on but not draw attention to yourself. So these will be my kitchen cupboards. We've got a 50 centimeter one and a 25 centimeter. And this cupboard, which is sandwiched in between my 2 Moonbox TGE, the soft ones, well, this is my electrical cupboard / charging cupboard. So in here is my fuse box, a mess, tangle nightmare of wires, which I'm gonna sort out, don't worry. But I'm gonna put some USB charging points in here, and I'll probably put down some nice soft carpet so that things don't roll around. And then inside of here would be, you know, where you put your batteries when charging whilst driving and that sort of thing. Now, as soon as I saw these moon boxes, probably like a year ago, I knew that they would be in my next van. So I'm so happy. Let me know what you think about the color. I went for brown, could have gone for gray, which might have been a safer choice. But I don't know, I didn't want everything in the van to be grey. I wanted some warm, earthy tones. And I just feel like these, especially with the sofa cushions, it all just sets it off really nicely. No longer is this a grey monochromatic van, which for a long time that's how it looked. But these things really bring it to life. Now, I mentioned this before, but Vandermoon sent me all of this stuff for free, but I cannot emphasize enough. Like, I emailed them. I was like, guys, I've got all this stuff in my basket. I'm gonna buy it anyway. It's going in the van, but do you want to do something together, please? And they said yes. They got back to me and they said yes, let's work together. So they sent me the stuff. They sent me the back rear door organisers, which are fantastic as well. And they're great. They give you a discount code. They gave me a discount code to give to you. I think is it? Okay, I'm not sure of the amount. I forgot it. 5 to 10. Use this discount code here, and I also get a small commission on that. Let's be clear about that as well. So it's a win-win. You get a saving, and I get a bit of a kickback, which basically goes into funding this channel and, you know, the van and all the adventures that we're going on. But even if they didn't reply to my email, this was all getting bought anyway. I mean, look at it. Look how good. Oh, it's the best thing in the van. I've said that about a lot of things, but these Vandermoon products are the best thing in the van. So the van is far from perfect. I need to clean it for starters. There's like
glue everywhere, so I've got to go around and clean the glue and everything. But what we've achieved in such a short space of time, I'm really pleased with. We've got a beautiful drop-down table that I made earlier. I think that's really cool, although I'm going to replace that black webbing because it's all wrinkled, and I think I get better quality black webbing. Of course, we have the always on charge torch ready to go at a moment's notice. We've got a drawer here, which needs to be sorted out and organized. We have our fridge drawer just here. Brown leather handles almost certainly will be changed to black. We have a wonderfully cozy seating area. Needs a few cushions, but you know, it's very comfortable as is. We'll not look at that area. I'm unsure. I've got a space. I've got space here. Look, you can see my flip-flops are currently down there, my sliders. And I want to turn this into some sort of storage, and I want a backrest for this sofa so that I can lounge like this. So there's a bit to do there. We have our timbre door giving access to the garage. We have a sink. We do not have a cooker. In one of my earlier vans, I had a fixed cooker and I hated it. I didn't like it. So I'm just getting a portable cooker, which I'll keep in a drawer. You can pull it out when you want to make food or a cup of tea. And of course, you can also cook outside. High power USB-C ports here and over here as well. Those are scan strut ones, so I can run my laptop, charge my batteries rapidly and that sort of stuff. Just, you know, it's a photography van, so we want to be well equipped for all of the gear that we use. Nice little reading light just here, which actually, if you do a long press, there we go, you get a nice stealthy red light. So we've got quite a few red lights in this van, which I actually do quite enjoy. Just got to be careful when you have them on, because sometimes they can mean other things. Of course, we've got the L-shaped kitchen top, which is perfect, because, you know, when I'm cleaning my lenses, cleaning my camera gear, or sometimes I like to stand up and edit on my laptop, it's the perfect height for that. Yeah, so really pleased with this. I love the green as well. It's a nice subtle colour. And I also really love this grey that I've laminated these panels in. I've got venting for the fridge here, and of course venting for the fridge down there. It needs a lot of ventilation. Of course, this van comes with the swivel seats, so super comfortable. It's nice to sit here and just admire all the hard work, blood, sweat and tears that I've poured into this van. But we have these thermal blinds. I'm so pleased with these. I'm also ecstatic with my switch panel and my cab lighting, which is great for when filming when behind the wheel, because you can give a bit of soft light and you're not just a grainy black shadow driving in the night. Finally, the windows. The windows. Now, I do not blame Jackson's Leisure for the delay. I ordered the 4 windows in July with an August delivery. The final window didn't come until very late October. So July, August, September, October, 3-month delay. And we are still missing 1 window blind over here. But it's not Jackson's Leisure fault, it's a supplier issue. I think they come from China. You know, they ship them and they say they're going to be there at a certain date and they're not, and well, there's nothing you can do. Just be patient and wait and work around it, which is exactly what I did. I'm very pleased with the soft fabric. Not only does it look great, it feels nice, it gives a good acoustic properties, and it just feels a little bit more luxurious than carpet. My control station, the control panel. I feel like it's a bit wonky. I should have got my ruler out and done more measuring and stuff. But there comes a certain point where you've just got to do the job. So it's all right. It's a bit, you know, I'm happy with it. Gives the van character, I suppose you could say that. But we've got the auto-turn diesel heater, which is just a fantastic unit. This controller will allow me to manage the diesel heater in so many different ways, from being able to set a regular timer so that it kicks on whenever you choose. That can be good for waking up early for those sunrise shoots. Or you can have it on thermostat, so it runs off the temperature in the van, so when it drops to a certain point, it kicks back in. And there's loads of different settings. And I've got to tell you, the quality of the install, the quality of the service, the guys down at the workshop were just so knowledgeable, so helpful, so friendly. So the auto-turn diesel heater, the 4 kilowatts, which is under my seat, like, I have such peace of mind
knowing that it was professionally installed. I still have to sort this area out down here. We're going to box this off and do something with it, so just don't look down there. Very pleased with the cupboard doors. They look great. They look really smart, and they work. And if you're a fan of the channel and you liked my Delica, well, you may have noticed that this van is basically Delica, but bigger. Like, I've basically gone for the same layout, more or less. Same gear, same everything, really. Very pleased with the Max Air fan and this magnetic cover, and I'm very pleased that I decided to paint this black instead of leaving it white. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, I don't think I can do this single-handedly, so we'll pop the cover down here on top of the sink. In fact, we need to discuss plumbing. The deadline for the van build is today. That's it. So tomorrow I'm gonna take the van for a couple of days and give it a shakedown, do a bit of photography. God, I haven't picked up a camera in months. So I just want to get out there, do a bit of photography, but then in a few days' time, I'm going away on a big trip. And then that's it, we'll be sort of getting into Christmas time after then. So this is the deadline, and there's some things I didn't get done that I really wanted to get done. And one is the plumbing. There's no plumbing in the van, there's no running water. But I can tell you this, in my Christmas special, which you should definitely subscribe for and watch, in the Christmas special, we're going to do the garage. I haven't touched the garage, it's just a big open empty space, and I wanted it to be really cool, and I didn't have the headspace to think about the garage when dealing with all of this. So I wanted the garage to be a separate project in of itself when I'm calm and there's no stress and I'm not rushing, so I want the garage to be something really special. And I'm not quite decided on which way I want to go with the garage, but you know, the world is my oyster, or that massive garage is my oyster. As well as that plumbing, yeah, I've got a Bobble Vans water heater. Bobble Vans sent it to me, and I feel really bad because I haven't had time to install it. But I promise you, if you're watching, guys, it's in the Christmas special, which actually will only probably be in a few weeks' time. But yeah, we have a water heater, water tanks, wastewater, a tap, obviously, an outdoor shower for hosing down my tripod and my muddy boots. All of that is not installed, and yeah, it's a shame, but we will get there. Now, I know I said that the moon boxes were the coolest thing in this van. I don't know though. I don't know, because this is something I made that I'm very, very proud of. Basically, this is a modified wireless charger for a phone. I 3D printed this black casing that actually looks a bit like a camera, and inside there is a magnetic wireless charger. Dead simple. So I've got it on this stand which can move around and flip around, and then stick your phone on it, starts charging. But also when you're in bed, it's the perfect base for watching YouTube videos, or you know, listening to a podcast. Or if you're not in bed and you're perhaps cooking in the kitchen, well, you can be watching your latest favorite YouTuber whilst doing the dishes with nice hot water provided by Bobble Van's water heater, yet to be installed. Other cool things in the van is this here. This is an indoor-outdoor temperature sensor. So this is the indoor one. It comes with a separate part which I need to attach to the outside of the van. And I just think it's really cool to know how cold it is outside in the morning. You know what I've just realised? In the excitement of putting the van together in this final push, I haven't actually at any point tested to see if the bed works. So I want to see, is it a big faff? Does it slide out with the mattresses on? So on and so forth. But first, look at this. Oh yes, a lovely landscape photography calendar. In fact, you know what? If you're going to order a calendar, order it before the 4th of November, because if you don't, it won't be shipped until late November. So if you're going to buy a calendar, my advice, basically buy it now. Right, let's see if this bed works. Move this. Go down.
Oh yeah. That is a big bed. My God, it's massive. We still have to put a front on the bed here so that you can't see all of the wooden slats. So there are still, let me come down. There are still plenty of things to finish in this van. So subscribe to the channel so that you don't let algorithms decide what you watch, because we're going to be using this van. And if you like vans and you like photography, honestly, the next month of content is going to be incredible. And it's not just, and I can't give anything away, but yeah, it's going to be good. So I've just been to the weighbridge, the same weighbridge at the beginning of this video series, and it's broken. So we can't weigh the van, but trust me, as soon as it's up and running, we will get the van weighed. Maybe it will be in the Christmas special.